What are the most reliable car brands that you can buy for 2023? That's what we're going to find out. Welcome to Car Help Corner, where we help you, the consumer, master the process of car buying and car ownership. For this video, I'm going to share 5 of the most reliable car brands that you can buy in the market for 2023, according to Consumer Reports' annual reliability study. And as a car buying consultant that deals with reputable mechanics on a regular basis, I'm also going to let you know whether I agree or disagree with each result from the study. So let's get right into this list. And remember, if you enjoy and get value out of this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I post 2 videos a week, always straight to the point, valuable car buying advice designed to help you, the consumer. So let's start this list off with number 5, which is Honda. According to the study, Honda received an average reliability score of 62 points out of 100, which puts it above average when compared to other car brands. Now this is one result that I would have to agree with. Honda has long had a very strong reputation for reliability across most of its lineup. Although of course there have been a few issues here and there, for the most part, Honda is known for making very reliable, long-lasting vehicles that have low maintenance and repair costs. They make some of the best, longest-lasting engines on the market, and recently they've also been known for making extremely reliable, well-built hybrid models too, including the Honda Accord Hybrid and the Honda CR-V Hybrid. Honda's hybrid systems, along with some of their more popular engines, including the 2-liter 4-cylinder engine and the 3.5 V6 engine, which are used in various models, have a proven track record and have been on the market for several years now, which is why they've proven to be so reliable. Indeed, according to the Consumer Reports study, the most reliable models that Honda makes include the Passport mid-sized SUV, the Honda Accord mid-sized sedan, and the Honda Civic compact sedan. And this excellent build quality and longevity is also reflected in Honda's very strong resale values. These cars don't depreciate much as they age, because they are very desirable on the used car market because of their very strong reputation. But although Honda performed very well in the survey, they didn't perform as good as number 4 on the list, which is MAZDA. According to Consumer Reports, MAZDA achieved an average reliability score of 65 points out of 100, which puts it well above average when compared to other car brands. MAZDA's entire car lineup achieved above average on the survey, with the MX-5 Roadster achieving well above average, with a reliability score of 85 points out of 100. Now, much like Honda, this is a result that I would have to agree with. MAZDA has done a phenomenal job of improving the build quality of their cars over the past decade, and they now make some of the most reliable cars on the market. A large part of their reliability has a lot to do with their amazing engineering and resourcefulness. For example, MAZDA is amazing when it comes to sharing well-proven parts and components across their entire car lineup. Because they only make a couple of different engines and transmissions and share them across their entire lineup, it helps to improve the reliability across the board. And all of these drivetrain components use well-proven SkyActiv technology, which MAZDA has now been using for well over a decade. And on top of that, MAZDA prefers to use simple, well-proven components, like their 6-speed automatic instead of a CVT or a more complicated dual-clutch transmission. It's pretty clear MAZDA knows what it's doing when it comes to making reliable, long-lasting vehicles, which is also reflected in their very high resale value. So if you want to buy a long-lasting, high-quality vehicle, MAZDA would certainly be a very safe choice. And next up on the list, in the number 3 spot, we have BMW. According to the survey, BMW tied MAZDA for 3rd place with an average reliability score of 65 points out of 100. Now I know this one might raise a few eyebrows for some, including myself. The majority of mechanics that I consult with on a regular basis would certainly not consider BMW to be the most reliable brand, especially for long-term ownership beyond the warranty period. Many of their models have a history of being problematic with ongoing expensive repairs as they age. And even Consumer Reports only ranked them as average middle of the pack until this year, when they jumped 10 spots to tie MAZDA for 3rd place. So how exactly did this happen? Well, I would attribute it to a few different factors. Firstly, even though BMW has an extensive model lineup with over 15 different models, Consumer Reports only looked at data for 6 of them. This is because their survey relies on the data pool of their members, which consists of just over 300,000 vehicle owners. And given that BMW is a luxury brand, very few of these are likely to own a high-end expensive BMW model, like for example a BMW X5 or X7 or a 7 Series, which tend to be the least reliable ones that they make. These owners are far more likely to own one of the more popular and affordable models, like for example the 3 Series or the 4 Series, which also happen to be a lot less technology heavy, less complicated, and more reliable. These models also use drivetrains which BMW has now had for several years, including the B48 and B58 engines, and are fairly well sorted in terms of issues. So even though BMW made the cut, the results are a little bit deceiving when you look at the data a lot more carefully, and I would not consider BMW as a whole to be a reliable choice for long-term ownership, so this is one result that I would have to disagree with. I would certainly not disagree with Consumer Reports' number 2 choice, however, which is LEXUS. According to the survey, LEXUS achieved an average reliability score of 72 points out of 100, which puts them well above average when compared to any other car brand. Despite having a relatively large and diverse lineup, every single Lexus model achieved above average in the survey, with some models achieving well above average. The most reliable model that they make, according to the survey, is the GX460 SUV, with a reliability score at 91 points out of 100, which is no surprise. Lexus is a brand that doesn't really like to revamp their model lineup and reinvent the wheel every few years. They prefer to stick with well-proven, time-tested components which are known to last a very long time. And they also have a very high standard for build quality, which is something the company has always been very well known for. It doesn't really matter whether you want to buy an SUV, a regular sedan, a hybrid, or a traditional gas car. Every single Lexus is known for having very strong reliability and would be an excellent choice to buy and hold on to for a very long time. Which is also why Lexus is one of the very few luxury brands that's also known for having very strong resale value, which is something that you certainly couldn't say of BMW or any of its competitors. So if you want to buy a reliable vehicle to hold on to for the long haul with minimal repair costs and maintenance costs, no question Lexus is the one that you should buy. Which brings us to the most reliable and number 1 car brand on this list, which is Toyota. According to the survey, Toyota achieved an average reliability score of 72 points out of 100, the exact same score as Lexus. Despite having over 16 different models part of the survey, the most of any car brand, almost every single model that Toyota makes achieved above average reliability. The most reliable model that Toyota makes, and the one that was also the most reliable vehicle of the entire Consumer Reports survey, was the Corolla Sedan Hybrid. But it really doesn't matter whether you're looking at a regular car, hatchback, or SUV, gas-powered or hybrid-powered, almost every single vehicle that Toyota makes is known for strong reliability and longevity. Just like Lexus, Toyota really doesn't like to reinvent the wheel. They prefer to stick with time-tested, well-proven components that are known to last a very long time, and they really don't like to make any major changes unless they absolutely have to. And this is true whether you're considering a regular gas car or a hybrid car, both of which are equally reliable in the Toyota lineup. So in the end, even though I do disagree with some of the choices in the Consumer Reports survey, for the most part I would have to say that the results are fairly accurate. Overall, sedans and hatchbacks prove to be the most reliable category of vehicles, followed by SUVs and vans, and trucks coming in last place being the least reliable. Now this does make sense given that a lot of SUVs, but especially trucks, are known for being a lot more complicated and having a lot more technology when compared to regular cars and hatchbacks. And given that most trucks come from domestic car makers like Ford, General Motors, and Ram, brands that are not especially known for having strong reliability, it makes sense why this category comes in last place. But according to Consumer Reports, the most reliable category of all happens to be hybrids and plug-in hybrid vehicles, which might be a surprise to some. But again, this makes perfect sense given that the vast majority of hybrids that have already been sold come from Toyota. So it's not exactly the category of car that's most important, it's the brand that's making them. And if you want to buy the most reliable car brand, well, it's going to have to be Toyota. So let me know what you thought of this video and the results of the survey, and make sure to come back in a few more days when I release my follow-up video on the least reliable car brands that you can buy. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. You can also take a look at my other car videos by clicking these links over here. Make sure to follow me on TikTok and Instagram. And if you need any additional car buying advice, recommendations, or help with getting a great deal on your next new car purchase, make sure to check out carhelpcan.com. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.